after hearing Windy and seeing this addition of Ayton to the Lakers, Tim, should this move be enough to keep LeBron in Los Angeles?
I mean, again, this goes back to the conversation we've had all week, which is if LeBron James really wanted to compete for a championship. Let's go back to the Rich Paul statement, right? Want a realistic chance to compete for a title. There was not a realistic chance for the Lakers to compete for a title almost no matter what they did this summer, right? We saw that last season. They weren't good enough to make a first-round series competitive against a team that couldn't make the conference finals competitive against the Thunder. If the Lakers played the Thunder, it would not be a competitive series. Might be the same case if they play Houston or Denver or some of these other teams too. So, again, if LeBron James had opted out of his contract and become a free agent, he could choose to go to Alan Hahn's New York Knicks. He could choose to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He could choose to go play with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis with the Dallas Mavericks. He could do whatever he wanted, right? When he opted into this contract, when he signed up for the Knicks or to play for the Lakers, that put him in a situation where there are just very limited options for him to go somewhere. Alan has made the point earlier on Get Up. You know, the Knicks said no to Kevin Durant, right? The Knicks said no to Kevin Durant in large part because of how difficult it was going to be to make a deal for Kevin Durant without gutting their team. LeBron James is in the exact same spot. With his salary number, with his no trade clause, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to make a deal for him for another team that makes sense for all parties involved. So, yes, I'm not ruling anything out because in the NBA, we learned in February especially with the Luka Doncic trade, you can't rule anything out in the NBA. But I think by opting into that contract, a lot of these fever dreams became much, much, much narrower possibilities.
TB's just cheating off my homework. That's what he's doing there, using all the thunder
Trying to give you props, man.
I had to bring to the table.
Trying to give you props.
First and foremost, if LeBron James, like you guys were talking about LeBron James getting the most out of DeAndre Ayton, like your theory of how he takes marginal players and makes them better, how? As he's already been told that this ain't your team anymore. This is Luka's team, right? Like he's been told that. That's pretty clear. That's why they put out that statement, because they know what the Lakers have told them. We're really building now with Luka Doncic as the primary piece going forward. When has LeBron James ever been the secondary piece?
Never.
Never. So you're going to have him on a team, and now he's going to, well, let me get the most out of DeAndre Ayton for all these. Come on. Like that. That's why what you were talking about, David, like how the floor is so much lower, because there is a potential chaos in there that could happen and a frustration that could build up. But when it comes to LeBron's future in L.A., I think the writing's on the wall. Like it's clear that they put out that statement for a reason, and it wasn't just leverage to push the Lakers to build for winning right now. They were letting the world know, listen, what we're trying to do is have a realistic chance to win it all. That's what LeBron James wants in what could be a farewell tour. We know it's not with the Lakers because the Lakers even know this coming year probably not going to be a realistic chance.
We know it's not with the Lakers.
Unless they move to the East.
Well, are you reporting that? we know it's not a championship year with the Lakers now, but in the future? Like this, are you saying he'll play this year and then move on?
That's all he's got. He's got 1 year. Picked up 1 year.
But
there was no negotiation for an extension, right? There was nothing like that. There was no talk about an extension, a multiple year. No, he picked up his option, and that's it. There's a finalization right now to his future in L.A., whether it's this offseason or next offseason. But it's coming.
But, Alan, we learned, and David, I want you to chime in on this. We learned a lot this week with the Dame Lillard situation. There are ways of removing players from teams that we did not think of previously. There's a trade, there's a buyout, there's wave and stretch. I'm not suggesting any of those
wave and stretch LeBron James.
I'm not. Tim is rolling his eyes. I'm not saying that is happening. I'm saying we've learned a lot this week that we did not expect to happen. David.
You got a lot of nerve here. Somebody owes me $10. As soon as Wendy yesterday said I'm going to leave that door unlocked, I knew Evan was going to play that clip today to bolster his little argument that there is a possibility for a trade that's happening with LeBron James.
Alan just backed it up,
It ain't happening. It's not happening this year.
I said it the last 2 days.
That's right. It's not happening. And you're using that little clip, little 10-second clip to make yourself feel like this thing is possible. It's not happening. Tim is totally right. If LeBron wanted to move, he would have not, taken this contract. He would have moved on, right? That would have happened. My question here is, why are we even talking about LeBron James right now? I know it's blasphemy to say that.
Well, it's LeBron James.
It's LeBron James. But we're concerned about LeBron. LeBron is concerned about LeBron. Rich Paul is concerned about LeBron. The Lakers are not concerned about LeBron. The Lakers are concerned about Luka Doncic. This is all about Luka and what's right for him. They do not seem to, of course, LeBron is a secondary piece to that organization. They want him there and all that stuff. But this is all about making moves for Luka Doncic. If Luka Doncic walks in the front office and says, stretch LeBron, buy him out, do all that stuff, Lakers are going to do that. He's not going to say that. No. LeBron is going to stay with him. Every move that the Lakers are making right now is about Luka Doncic and Luka Doncic in that future. And LeBron James, for him, this is foreign territory. He's never been as disposable or expendable as he is right now with this Lakers organization.
Expendable? Can I remind you, he was second-team All-NBA. That means he's one of the top 10 players in the league, despite the fact that he's 40, and he'll be 41 in December. All that people are talking about with age, I understand it. But we're in a different world with athletes now, where 40 is not exactly over the hill anymore. We're seeing some players, especially the high-end ones, can play at a high level and continue to do that. He's got 1 year. When have we ever seen him just kind of fade away? This is not going to be a quiet goodbye. This guy wants his career to end on a high note, clearly. And they're going to try to figure out a way to get him there come hell or high water. There's no way I see them just saying, stay in L.A. and just kind of play the good soldier and I'll just support everyone. That's not his way. His way's the narrative.
Well, his way is out the window because he has no choice right now. He has no choice. He is locked into that contract. There's nothing he can do about it. He can't get. There's no trade that works. They're not going to buy this dude out. He is a Laker this year, no matter what. And this team, and signing into that Lakers means that he is signing in to be a second fiddle to Luka Doncic, and Luka Doncic being the number one guy who drives the boat for that team.
And that's why we're talking about him, because what Alan said in reaction to your point, we've never said that about LeBron.
Never.
20 years. All right, let's switch coasts now. The New York Knicks are expected to hire two-time NBA Coach of the Year award winner Mike Brown as the franchise's next head coach. Brown's last stop was with the Kings, where he was fired in December after a 13-18 start to the season, despite having led the franchise to its first playoff berth in 16 seasons back in 2023. Tony Kornheiser on PTI had some strong words for folks who may be criticizing the Knicks on this hire.
Mike Brown's record in regular season games in the NBA is .454 and .304. He wins at a percentage of 59.9%. His record in the playoffs is 50-40. And, he wins more than he loses. He took LeBron James to the finals in Cleveland, and he took Sacramento to the playoffs when they hadn't been there in 17 years. He's a professional coach, and he's being hired, if it happens, by a management that is amateurish. Every single thing the Knicks have done, including firing Tom Thibodeau, has made them look worse. Day by day, worse. So he is, Mike, and I'll get out of here on this, Mike Brown is on some level better than the Knicks deserve right now.
Alan Hahn, you're around this Knicks team as an analyst for MSG. Do you agree with Tony that Mike Brown is better right now than the Knicks deserve?
Well, I mean, all the respect to Tony, the Knicks front office has been a huge part of rebuilding this franchise from what it was when Phil Jackson was running things, okay? So you got to give Leon Rose a little more credit than to say that they don't deserve this. They have built themselves out of what was nothing into a team that really, now you consider them a championship contender, which is something we haven't been able to say about this franchise in a quarter century. So let's give a little more credit to Leon Rose, William Wesley and company and what they've done. Am I surprised by the Thibodeau hire? Yes. Do I agree with it? No, I do not. But do I agree that Mike Brown is the right hire for right now? Absolutely. The resume, the experience, everything that you need to walk into a place like New York